Hello everyone, my name is Ali and today I will be showing you how exactly to change your computer keyboard into Spanish on a MacBook. So this is the newer version of macOS. So this will normally apply to all versions of macOS as it's the same exact instructions. It does depend, however, on your keyboard. So if you do have a desktop with a separate keyboard that's not from Apple, you may have to play around with the keyboard a little more to find some of the different changes that I will be speaking about. Okay, so first off, we're gonna go through settings. So I have that open right here. Now I am borrowing my sister's computer. That is not my name. And you're gonna go over to language and region. Now in language and region, English most probably is your primary. What you can do is you can add a keyboard right here. And once you click this add button, a whole bunch of languages are gonna show up. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna type in Espa and a whole bunch of Spanishes are gonna come up. Now, this next step really doesn't matter. It only really matters if you choose Spanish from Spain compared to everything else. Spanish from Spain has a very small difference in the way it's set up, but the other ones are mostly the same. So for simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna choose Español de Estados Unidos, and I'm gonna add that. Now what's gonna happen is if you would like to change your primary language to Spanish, you may. But in this case, my sister does not speak Spanish, so I will not be changing her language to Spanish. So we're just gonna go ahead and use English. Now, what you might wanna do is add a Spanish ISO. If you have everything in Spanish ISO, then it'll be easier for me to explain exactly where everything is. I have my computer in Spanish ISO. That's the only way I really know where everything is. So what I would recommend is Spanish ISO. You can actually see on the bottom here the differences in the keyboard. So Spanish ISO, for example, the ñ is over here, the C with little tail is over there, but then you switch everything around, C goes down there, accent, I don't know which one of these is the accent. I have no idea where the plus even is. So Spanish ISO, it's a little easier. It's upside down exclamation and upside down question mark right there. So you're just gonna go ahead and add the input source. Now, to go back and to be able to see what your keyboard is, you can go into, so it would be input sources. Let's go back a step. To go back and see how your keyboard is laid out, what you can actually do is you can go into keyboard now. So we were in language and region a second ago, now we're back in keyboard, and you'll end up on the screen, and then you'll just skip over it in the top menu into input sources. Now this is where you can really find everything. What you will notice is that for example, ñ is where the semicolon and the semicolon is. The apostrophe is now an accent mark. The apostrophe has moved up a key next to the P. So a lot of things have changed, and we'll kind of go over some of the really simpler things in a second. So that's actually changing the keyboard itself. Now, if we move over to the screen, so I'm in an untitled document. So what I'm gonna wanna do is I'm gonna wanna switch my language from English to Spanish. When you activate your Spanish, what'll end up happening is that this little icon will appear in the corner. If you have your computer on American English, it will be an American flag. If you have it on British English, it will be a British flag. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna switch over to Spanish ISO. And now you have, since this ISO is an international standard keyboard, you have the flag of Spain up there. If you got the Mexican keyboard version, then you will have the Mexican flag up there. So really quickly, let's go through. So all the letters are still, oops, I forgot A. All the letters are still the same. Now it's when you get to, after L, you get ñ instead of your semicolon. Now, after the ñ, what ends up happening is that you have the apostrophe and the quotation marks. That is no longer apostrophe and quotation marks. If you click that and a letter, or and vowel, rather, you will get this accent right up top. So let's make that a little bigger so you can see what's happening exactly. So again, you click that, this little thing is going to show up. It looks like an apostrophe, but it's not, because now when you click a vowel, it'll replace the bottom part. For an apostrophe, you're just going to move up one key to the bracket facing the right. That's going to be your apostrophe. Because if I click that in a letter, oh, I guess on Macs it does that too, just the reverse way. But yeah, oh, there's the apostrophe. So my mistake. The apostrophe is where the minus button is next to the 0. That is going to be your apostrophe. And then just keep going like that. Okay, and then we got that all deleted. So to get the @ symbol, what you will notice is that on the top row of your key of your buttons, or sorry, not your buttons, the buttons for your numbers, there are going to be a whole bunch. There are the symbols. For those, what you need to do is a lot of them you're going to have to play around with. Unfortunately, on Macs, there isn't really a way to get the keyboard to actually, there's a way actually. Let's see if we can get that up. Accessibility. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Okay, cool. So sorry about that. Over here, this is perfect. So what you can do is in accessibility, just search up keyboard and just activate this accessibility keyword, and you'll pretty much be able to see everything as it is. So for example, if you click this option on the right, only the option on the right, option on the left will not, oh, I guess it will do the same. Sorry, Macs are not my specialty. The option button will actually allow you to activate or to access all of the secondary functions of the number row. Now, in time, you will get used to this. It will be a little complicated at first, and you will be very frustrated at first. But I have had a Spanish keyboard on my computer for ages now, and I find myself frustrated when it switches back to English, or if I use someone else's computer. So if while you're doing Spanish homework, it's really easy to switch over. You're not really going to be getting many ats in Spanish homework, but you might be getting some dashes, and dashes are going to be there. Dashes used to be right here, but now that's the apostrophe. And then the upside down exclamation and the upside down question mark. So that is my tutorial on how to activate the Spanish keyboard on a Mac, and I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.